Salmon roe. Harvested for centuries along the coasts of Japan and Russia, salmon roe, often called Ikura, became widely consumed during the 19th century when preservation techniques improved. Indigenous communities were among the first to salt and cure these eggs for winter storage. The eggs are carefully separated from the skein, rinsed and brined in a solution containing about 3–5% salt. Legally, high-grade Ikura must retain intact membranes and uniform size. Each pearl bursts with a saline sweetness, releasing oils rich in omega-3 fatty acids, measured at nearly 2 grams per 100 grams, creating a clean, oceanic finish. Caviar. True caviar comes exclusively from sturgeon species native to the Caspian Sea, particularly beluga, oscitra, and sevruga. The term became regulated in 1998 under international trade laws to prevent overfishing. Historically prized by Persian royalty as early as 2400 BCE, caviar production involves gently massaging roe from the fish without damaging the eggs. The salt content rarely exceeds 4%, preserving texture without overwhelming flavor. Its buttery, nutty taste varies by species, with beluga offering the most delicate profile. Authentic caviar is not pasteurized, ensuring a soft, almost creamy mouthfeel. Flying fish roe. Known as Tobiko in Japan, flying fish roe gained popularity during the sushi boom of the 1980s in the United States. The eggs are naturally small, about 0.5–0.8 millimeters, and are often infused with flavors like wasabi or squid ink. Fishermen collect them by netting spawning fish near coastal waters, then curing them lightly with salt. Tobiko must meet strict color and firmness standards for export. Its crunch is sharper than salmon roe, producing a crisp pop, while its mild smokiness complements rice-based dishes. It is only lightly processed to preserve its natural texture. Sea urchin roe, called uni. This delicacy is harvested from sea urchins along coasts like Hokkaido and California. Unlike fish eggs, these are actually gonads consumed for over 2,000 years in Mediterranean cultures. Divers hand-harvest urchins, splitting them open to extract the delicate lobes. Freshness is critical. High-grade uni must be processed within 24 hours. There are not many preservatives involved, making spoilage a constant risk. Its texture is custard-like, dissolving on the tongue, while the flavor carries a sweet, briny complexity with subtle iodine notes. Lumpfish roe. Often used as an affordable alternative to caviar, lumpfish roe originated in Scandinavia, particularly Denmark, in the early 20th century. The eggs are naturally gray but are dyed black or red for visual appeal. Harvesting involves removing roe from the lumpfish and curing it with salt and stabilizers, sometimes reaching 6% salt content. Regulations allow coloring agents, distinguishing it from true caviar. The eggs are smaller and firmer, delivering a sharper, more pronounced saltiness. It lacks the subtlety of sturgeon roe but remains widely accessible and not considered luxury. Scallop roe. Unlike many seafood eggs, scallop roe is typically discarded in Western markets but prized in France and China. The roe, attached to the scallop muscle, is harvested during peak seasons between October and March. It is not separated into individual eggs but consumed as a whole organ. There are only minimal regulations regarding its sale, though freshness standards are strict. Its texture is slightly firm yet creamy when cooked, and the flavor is richer than the muscle meat, carrying a subtle sweetness with a mineral finish. Crab roe. Crab roe, especially from Chinese mitten crab, has been celebrated since the Song dynasty around 960 CE. Known as shi huang, it is harvested during autumn when crabs are at peak maturity. The roe is cooked within the shell, often steamed to preserve its integrity. There are only seasonal harvesting windows, making it highly sought after. Its texture is thick and slightly grainy, while the flavor is deeply rich, combining sweetness with a fatty, almost buttery finish. It is considered a delicacy in traditional Shanghai cuisine. Octopus eggs. Octopus eggs are less commonly consumed but have been documented in Mediterranean diets since ancient Greek times. Female octopuses lay up to 200,000 eggs, though harvesting them is rare due to ethical and ecological concerns. When used, the eggs are lightly boiled or marinated. They are not widely commercialized and lack standardized regulations. The texture is delicate and slightly gelatinous, with a mild, clean flavor that reflects the surrounding waters. Their rarity makes them more of a cultural curiosity than a mainstream ingredient. Across oceans and cultures, seafood eggs reveal a spectrum of biology, tradition, and taste shaped by geography and time. From the regulated luxury of Caspian Sea caviar to the everyday versatility of masago, each type reflects unique harvesting methods, preservation science, and culinary values. Understanding these differences, salt levels, texture, origin, and legality allows for more informed choices, whether driven by sustainability, cost, or flavor preference. What appears as simple roe is, in reality, a complex intersection of ecology and gastronomy, offering insight into how humans have adapted the ocean's most fragile resources into enduring culinary traditions.